Pathfinders. I'm joined with Dave Miller of Hero Lab here. We're going to talk, ask a couple of questions about everything that you guys have going on. So, first off, how are you enjoying the con?
It's great. Love it.
Is this your first time at PaizoCon?
It is not. It's my first time working for Lone Wolf Development at PaizoCon.
Okay, awesome. And so what do you guys have going on today? I've noticed, while you gave me a chance to take a look at some of the Hero Lab, how that's all set up, what new options, I guess, or what new things are you providing for the players of Pathfinder and other role-playing games?
Well, for Pathfinder, we tend to come out with things pretty much as soon as they come out in print. We will also have an electronic version, or a few weeks thereafter, depending on how busy we are. We try and get it as soon as possible to it. So as long as they're coming out with new stuff, we will be putting out more stuff for Pathfinder for the desktop. For Starfinder, we have a new product called Hero Lab Online that's browser-based, so it can work on any platform, and you can easily log in from other computers. You don't have to save it on the server. Right now, Starfinder is only supported in Hero Lab Online. Soon we'll be moving more and more of our stuff into Hero Lab Online. It's the new Pathfinder playtest rules that we announced last night at the banquet.
Yes.
We are planning on putting on Hero Lab Online, and we'll have some sort of a reveal for that at Gen Con. Not exactly sure how exactly playable that will be at that time, but we'll have something to demo at least at that time.
Yeah, that's really exciting. I know, and of course, second edition is the big thing. Have you had a chance to play any while you've been here?
I have not, actually. 2 o'clock today. I have a
2 o'clock?
Yeah.
Awesome. So are you excited for the new edition?
I am, yeah.
Great. And I've been asking this of a lot of people here. I imagine you've probably been playing Pathfinder and Starfinder for a bit?
I have not had a chance to play Starfinder myself, but I've been playing Pathfinder for a long time. Yeah, about 10 years or so, yeah.
Okay, so for any of the Paizo people that may be watching this, or anything else out there, out of the stuff from first edition to second edition, what are you most looking forward to them changing or improving as far as the system is concerned?
I don't know. I really like what I've heard of the resolve points, that limits your use of magic items. I think that's a good ploy. I think too much in these games, you can have a really, really rich first level character beat out a really, really poor 20th level character, and I think that's not the best situation to be in.
Just spamming that wand to cure light wounds?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. So, are there any other announcements before Gen Con that you guys have that are coming up soon?
I believe we're also working on the new Pathfinder. The new Starfinder Armory. We'll hopefully be coming out with that at or before Gen Con.
Okay. So right close to the time of the Armor's release.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, then, for all of you Pathfinders out there, it looks like you're going to have some great new options for doing the second edition playtest. And for all of you Starfinders out there, it looks like you're going to have tons more power armor options for Hero Lab. If you have not had a chance to check out Hero Lab, is HeroLab.com, is that correct?
It's wolflair.com. It's probably the best place to go.
Okay.
Or HeroLab.online is the Hero Lab Online product.
Okay, cool. So check out either of those, as well as go on there and I imagine give all the apps reviews, all the usual good stuff. And until next time, Pathfinders, good luck. Welcome, Pathfinders. I'm joined with Bob Suttles, the producer for Pathfinder Online, here at PaizoCon. How are we doing today?
No, we're doing good. We've had a lot of people stopping by the booth, checking out this game and another game, Kingmaker, as
Awesome.
well.
Now, Pathfinder Online launched, was that 2 years ago?
We went into early enrollment about 3 years ago, so we've been running that way for that long. The servers have been very stable that whole time. We've got a crowd of people who have been setting up their player settlements, claiming territory, occasionally fighting it out, but usually focusing on building at this point.
And you were just telling me before we turned on the camera here that you guys have recently added some options to the settlement expansion.
Yeah, we just released update EE15, which lets the player settlements take the individual buildings in their settlement and upgrade them between levels +0 through +5. So for example, they can take their central keep, and when it starts out at +0, it's just kind of an outpost with some military people hanging around, and you can upgrade it all the way to +5, which is going to be a really large castle with turrets and so forth, and it has better crafting for your seneschal inside that keep. And the same for each of the individual buildings. The higher the plus on it, the better training you can receive at that place, the better crafting you get, so your crafting projects take less time, that kind of thing.
Awesome, cool. I don't know how much time you get to actually play the game as you are, of course, doing the development.
Yeah, we're a very small development team, so we're pretty busy all the time. But we do actually have some regular gameplay sessions to make sure we get in. And our CEO, Lisa, she plays like several hours a morning, usually with our Australian crowd because they play at, for us, super early hours in the morning.
Yeah, well, that's really cool.
We get in quite a bit.
Yeah, awesome. So, and I've like to ask this about a lot of the Paizo staff here. So, do you have a character, and if so, what is your favorite character, like race, class to play?
I do have a character, both in-game and I recently played the same named character in Mummy's Mask that we played through.
We're actually doing a podcast of Mummy's Mask right now.
Oh, that was
so it's
very good adventure path. That was a lot of fun.
I've been enjoying it.
And I played, my main fighter in Pathfinder Online uses the same name, Takukul. That's usually been the kind of character I've played in most role-playing games is a fighter type.
So if any of you run into Kukul the fighter, know that you're running around with some Pathfinder. Well, you don't want him to nerf whatever character options you're using, so be very nice to him.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, thank you so much for doing the quick interview. Is there anything that you would like to shout out there that you guys have plans of future or anything like that?
Well, we're on our final path towards open enrollment where we're going to be able to start marketing a little more heavily. But anybody's welcome to play at this point. You just go to pathfinderonline.com, set up an account, and it's a monthly subscription to play. And yeah, it's a little rough right now because we're still finishing off the details, so you have to be prepared to put up with some bugs along the way.
Are you guys taking input from the play-based community?
That's what I was going to say. Is the trade-off is that if you come into the forums and talk, we're on there all the time having design discussions with all our players, and now's the time that you can get in, and the feedback you give us has the most impact because we're still finishing off all those systems.
Awesome. So yeah, if you're watching, for anyone out there that's interested, go to you said pathfinderonline.com. You can sign up. You can get in, not necessarily ground floor, but at the very least early on and get some of your voices heard, not only in the playtest, but also in the continuation of Pathfinder Online. So thank you very much again, and until next time, Pathfinders. Welcome, Pathfinders. I'm here with Michael from Seattle, who's attending the con for today. We're going to ask a couple of questions about his thoughts. So this is not your first PaizoCon.
Yes, this is my first
First PaizoCon. Awesome. So I know you've only been here for a couple of short minutes. How are you enjoying it so far?
Oh, well, I did one drop-in for Pathfinder playtest, and it was very fun. I'm really excited about how it's going to be easy to teach new players.
Yeah.
All the people I met, they're really excited about it, and they never even heard of role-playing games before. And that, maybe it's how I talk about it, maybe?
Yeah, there you
I hope
go.
I don't give it like an unrealistic hype or anything like that. But yeah, I'm very excited about it.
There's no hype too high. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
No. So second edition is, of course, the big news of the day here. I know that you just arrived, so you haven't had a chance, but you have had a chance to hear and see some of it in play. So what are your thoughts about second edition so far?
It's really easy to play. If you already played RPGs before, it's makes all the thinking about the mechanics out of the way so you can get to the action and the role playing.
Awesome. So, you've been playing Pathfinder for
10 years.
10 years? So about the same amount of time as I have. So yeah, you're just as qualified to stand here and ask these questions as I am. So out of everything from Pathfinder First Edition, what are you most excited to see change in Second Edition?
How it's not too many different kinds of actions. You're not confused about like whether it's an immediate action or free action.
The seven action types. You're looking forward to them just being actions now.
Yes, and just a number of actions. Like if an action requires one, if an action has two parts.
Yeah.
Am I doing that right? 2 parts or 1 part?
Well, it's like
yeah, the three action parts
like the
and being able to turn them into multiple actions.
and then how spells use like the components for how many actions it takes in a round.
Yeah, so players will now have to pay attention to what your components are, which you haven't had to do in a long time. So get ready to grab your grasshopper legs and all of that good stuff. So yeah, I'll thank you so much for doing the interview with us, and yeah, we'll check you guys out soon.